Welcome to Meld, a polygon modeler and texture painter built for iPad. Today we will be going over the basics to help you get started on your 3D modeling journey. This video will cover everything you need to start modeling. Let's start with a new scene made from scratch. First thing we'll go over is camera controls. Tapping and dragging an empty space will orbit the camera around the center. Moving with 2 fingers will pan the camera, whereas pinching in and out will zoom the camera in and out. Double tapping on an object will focus that object. Double tapping an empty space will focus the entire scene. If you see at the bottom right, there is a game controller icon. Tapping on this will bring up flight controls with a D-pad and first-person camera. Now let's go over selection modes. If you look at the top, you'll see 4 different icons representing the 4 selection modes. Let's tap on face mode first. Here, you can tap on faces on meshes to select them, and tap them again to unselect them. You can also tap an empty space to clear the entire selection. If you double tap and hold on faces, you will select a loop, depending on which direction you're closest to. Next is edge select, which is similar to face select, but with edges. Double tapping and holding on an edge will select an edge loop. Lastly is vertex select. Now let's go over undo and redo. Tapping with 2 fingers at the same time will undo the most recent action, while tapping with 3 fingers at the same time will redo it. If you prefer not to use gestures, you can also use the buttons at the top. Now let's go over how tools actually work. Whenever you select a tool, depending on which tool it is, it may bring up a gizmo, such as with these transform tools. With these, simply select the gizmo representing what direction you wish to move the geometry, and it will follow. You can also see additional tools that will pop up when you're in edit mode, meaning face, edge, or vertex selection mode. Whenever you finish a tool, you will see a pop-up menu appear at the bottom left. This can be used to edit the values after the fact. Tapping with and holding with an additional finger while executing a command will go at half speed. Tapping with 2 fingers will go at 1/4 speed, and with 3 will go at 1/10 speed. You can freely move between these precision modes while you are modeling. If you tap and hold on the screen, a context menu will appear. This has various options that depend on which selection mode you are in. Tapping outside of the screen will clear that option. Next, we have the tool settings panel. These have context-sensitive settings for each tool, depending on which tool you have selected. Below that is the object selection panel. This has all of the options you can use to configure each entity in the scene. For lights, there are individual settings for each light type. For cameras, there are settings for your cameras as well, for renders that you wish to take. Now lastly, if we exit the scene, we can see our creation in the file browser, showing all of our creations that we've made in the app. Next, let's go over the topology editing tools. For these, simply select a tool, then make a selection and drag the selected object. This will initiate the tool on that current selection. Each tool has its own controls, so you will have to learn how to use each of them. Generally speaking, the interaction logic is still the same though. Make a selection, select your tool, and drag on the current selection. For certain tools such as loop cut, no selection is required. Simply tap on the face that you wish to cut and it will cut. Additionally, there are X-ray selection modes on the top right, as well as perspective and orthographic toggles. Tapping on the buttons for the viewport gizmo will switch between different view modes.